Hey everybody, I was working on my game breakdown, the edit, and was looking forward to exposing this goaltend when all of a sudden I discovered this. Holy shit, they cut it off. They cut it off. Hold on a second, I gotta go look for other versions of this. Okay, it's gone. I can't find it. The announcers apologizing for calling it a great block, that's gone. The footage of him hitting it clearly after it bounces off the backboard is gone. What the F? I watched this live and I listened to Reggie Miller apologize for calling it a block. Like it was really clear. Like it bounced off the backboard a couple inches before LeBron hit it with his fingers. And now all the evidence has been erased. You see the back motion of the ball starting and how far LeBron's hand is still as it's bouncing away from the backboard. And this counts as a block in LeBron's stat book. Let's look at it from my TNT overtime recording. Unfortunately, I didn't have it set to the backboard camera, but let's zoom in here. Dude, I can't believe that they cut all that out. They cut out the whole bit with Reggie Miller saying, oh shit, that was a goaltend. And let's see. Right there. That's where the ball hits the backboard. Look where LeBron's hand is. All right, I went and signed up for a free trial of League Pass Premium just so I could watch the replay and pray that they didn't edit it out there. And to prove to everyone that I'm not crazy. Now look at this.
James.
And listen to the announcers.
That was goaltending.
With a goaltend block. Goaltend chase
Don't
down.
slow it down. It looked better in real time.
And there's no way LeBron doesn't know that it was a goaltend. I mean, that ball has not only hit the backboard, but has bounced off a couple of inches by the time he hits it. And what's he do? He spends his time complaining that a teammate wasn't there to get the rebound. He quits. He shows his disgust, as he always does. Makes sure that the world knows, look at me, look at my effort, and then my teammates let me down. And yet no one turns around and does the same thing to him and points out how often he lets his teammates down. I mean, it was a fast break. The reason you had that help block in the first place is because D'Lo was making the play on the ball. It's not like your teammates didn't rush down to help. D'Lo made the initial attempt, which allowed the offensive player not to be thinking about you. He's the one who set up the opportunity for you in the first place. What did you want, D'Lo to still be floating in the air and be able to get that rebound even though he went flying by with the initial block attempt? And then Reeves shows up moments later. You got 3 out of 5 members of your team down there on a fast break attempt. How many fast break attempts do we see LeBron not participate in? And usually after he's the one who turned the ball over. He's the one who screwed up and decides that he's going to sit out the next play. I was going to talk some trash about the refs not making the right call, but they weren't in a great position to see, but still, come on. It's your job to be able to tell when it's a goaltend. And again, LeBron, instead of being thankful that he got away with something, takes the opportunity to pout. This childish behavior once upon a time would have been ridiculed. Now it's so common and expected that the announcers instead are complimenting him on his illegal block rather than pointing out that he quit. He walks off the court before the whistle blows. It's just gross that any player would do this. But when someone that you guys all claim is wonderful does this shit constantly, it's unacceptable. Everybody gets disappointed. Everybody gets disappointed. Yeah, you put out some effort and you hope that the play ends well, and it doesn't always happen. It's not your God-given right to always show the world how disgusted you are. Damn it. Goddamn child. You spoiled brat that everyone apologizes for your shitty behavior for. It is not your God-given right to act this way. You have ruined sportsmanship and set a terrible example for all these little shits that are out on the court now. You know who I'm talking about. These guys that yell and one before they've even started their drive. And guess what happens? Instead of the history books showing that LeBron illegally goaltended, instead of the history books noting LeBron's terrible behavior, LeBron is credited with a block. It actually goes into his stats as a positive. He was credited with 2 blocks that game. This was one of them, and you can go to the NBA website and look at the box score and then watch the plays associated with the box score, and that's how you know that I'm not making this up. This was one of the 2 blocks. And as long as we're talking about the blocks and looking at this, you see that Gordon gets shut down by 2 defenders. Actually, there's contact, and LeBron, who, as usual, isn't actually guarding anyone in particular, after 2 other players shut down the offensive player, he decides to chime in, and guess what? Totally fouls him. Uncalled. And that's after D'Lo hit him with the body. Anthony Davis scared him with his 7-6-foot reach, and LeBron's there for the easy cleanup and referee preferential treatment. Just another day looking at LeBron racking up stats in his favor when he should be sitting on the bench in foul trouble. All right, I'll get back to the edit that I was originally working on before I went down this hole of trying to understand where the evidence of LeBron's goaltend went. I couldn't find it anywhere on YouTube. I couldn't find it on any of the sports analysis shows. The actual recordings of the games, for some reason, uploaded where they cut it off. I had to go through pretty extreme lengths to find evidence of what actually happened. I don't know.